Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the KitchenAid side-by-side refrigerator. This is stainless steel, available in a couple different colors, and there's a couple siblings of this refrigerator that are produced by Whirlpool and Maytag. Got the KitchenAid variant here in front of us today. And why are we taking a look at this? Well, because the ice maker here in the door, which is really convenient, and one of the reasons why this was purchased was all the space that this gets back by putting the ice in the door, taking up less space back here. Really cool idea. However, looking at a lot of issues online, the real issue then comes down right down here to this cable bundle and how that gets pinched off, or a risk of damage right there where the freezer door opens. So we're going to be making a couple quick modifications right there to hopefully make this refrigerator last longer and beat the odds. Now to do that, we're actually going to have to open both doors, and you'll notice there is a piece of gray trim that goes side to side. There's a screw over here and a screw right there. We're going to remove those screws, remove this trim piece, and access this wire right here in black to make sure we carefully protect that from any damage. So let me get a Phillips head screwdriver and pop this off. And now with the trim piece out, I'm going to take a little sanding sponge and come right here on this edge, on the freezer side edge, and sand that down lightly to soften it up, to make sure that that is a little bit softer and there's no sharp edges right there that are going to pinch that wire bundle. Just a nice smooth edge. Mine was just a little bit rough on the edge coming out from the factory. Just a really quick sanding. Still looks factory new, and now much better. Now we're going to do a couple more things here to make sure that we protect that wire. We're going to flip this over to the back side here, and we're going to use some of this outdoor Velcro, which is a matching shade of gray. We'll take this Velcro and we will pull it apart. All we're going to be using is the loop side. That's the soft side here. We're going to put a nice little pad right on the inside here to be able to protect where the cable will bind or slide around this piece. So now we got a square something like this. Then I'm just going to be able to peel it off and adhere and stick it down right there. Now carefully form this right along the edge. I'm going to start right at the bottom. I'm going to go over just slightly here. Push this into the nooks and the crannies right there. And then now right on this edge, there's going to be a nice little soft side right there for that Velcro to wrap around. Let's see if you can get a good look at that. So that cable goes around, has this nice, soft, pillowy texture to help to avoid any binding on the cable. And now all we have to do is reinstall this back into our refrigerator freezer unit. You also may want to take a look at this cable here, and you can see there's a couple pinch points here that you might want to take a look at and just double checking that those are reinforced. You could run some extra electrical tape around that, or you could take an extra piece of the Velcro right here, which is what I'm going to do, and just wrap that very carefully again to make sure that we have a nice, smooth, sliding electrical bundle. We really don't want that to catch or tear. All right, now I'm going to take this little piece of Velcro. Again, I'm using the soft side of the Velcro. I want to make sure I protect this wire loom right here as it folds around and goes underneath this gray trim piece using that matching gray Velcro. So if anybody looks at this, they will never realize we made just these ever so slightly small modifications that should yield significant results on the back end for how long our refrigerator lasts. Now it's just a matter of buttoning it back up by putting this little trim piece back in place around your doors. I would recommend starting with the freezer door side, since that's where all your wires are, after all. And obviously that's the reason for today's project. The trick to sliding that piece at the bottom off or on is going to have the door perpendicular to the fridge, so you can slide the trim piece just right underneath and alongside the door, and then it'll just pop right back into place. Obviously reseat it with the right threads, and you should be back in business in less than 5 minutes. And now we have everything fully installed. You look right back there, you can see we've got the smooth Velcro here that's wrapped around the cable, rubbing up against the smooth Velcro we have on the edge of our trim piece here. Kind of folded over. You'll never know because it blends in seamlessly with the gray color of the accent piece here. And even if it does, something happens to it, we already sanded down the edge there to remove any burrs. And you could even add another piece right down here for this white line right here, just to protect it and be extra safe. Super simple, super quick repair. Not really repair, really more of a preventative action that we took today. Questions or comments, put it down below. Thanks for watching. I have links to this Velcro in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.